welcome you back to In Focus. Now, many African leaders have complained of negative media coverage of their countries. So for a different perspective, several have chosen to spotlight their countries through documentaries that are aired by the Travel Channel. Senegal is one of these countries. Imagine traveling to Senegal and getting a personal tour of the West African nation from none other than President Abdoulaye Wade himself. Such was the experience for Tiki Baba, a broadcaster and former American football star.
How are you?
Very well.
How are you since?
Very good. Thank you very much.
Baba's meeting with Mr. Wade was organized by the Africa Society of the National Summit on Africa, which in partnership with the Travel Channel created the Presidential Tours of Africa series in 2003, aimed at educating Americans about Africa. President Wade attended a recent screening at the World Bank with his wife and called the film a masterpiece.
When the United States of America was attacked on September 11, 2001, President Wade said it was a moment of great sadness. And as a result, he and his countrymen built these two statues in solidarity with the United States suffering.
The documentary features aspects of Senegalese life, culture, religion, and the history of slavery at Gorée Island that Americans don't often see, says Africa Society President Benedette Paulo.
We have fought and worked with the Travel Channel over the years so that in these films there's just not pictures of animals, tribal dancers, or the usual fare we see in the media, and you know what it is: starving children, war and disease. Not that those things don't exist, but there are 54 countries in Africa, and Senegal is one of them.
President Wade thanked Paulo and the Travel Channel for the opportunity to showcase keys to Senegal's democratic success.
Respect of diversity, peaceful coexistence of religion. In Senegal, we are 95% Muslim and 5% Christians, living in peace. Applying the rules of democracy, the rule of law, good governance.
Senegal is often lauded for its political stability. Recent reports are that Mr. Wade is seeking a third term and grooming his son to succeed him, and that there is rampant corruption. This has raised eyebrows, but World Bank Vice President for Africa, Mwakalyelye, says Senegal remains a model country.
The fact that Senegal can boast of an environment where people can express themselves, it means that it opens the opportunity for policy dialogue. And policy dialogue is the basis for the right kinds of policy measures that eventually lead to economic growth and to reduction of poverty. Senegal has so far been able to stay at growth levels that are slightly above the average growth level of 5.7% that was seen across the continent before the global economic crisis.
This is me. He has no idea who I am, which is kind of the beauty of it.
Baba says his trip to Senegal was an eye-opener and urges his fellow Americans to also visit there, and especially Gorée Island, site of a former slavery house.
President Wade asked me when we were standing there, "How do you feel?" Well, I said it's kind of a misnomer here at the door of no return, because as someone who is African American and most certainly, as I said, from Africa, I actually did return.
The documentary will be broadcast by the Travel Channel on Monday, April 5th, 2010. Similar films were done on Uganda, Ghana, and Botswana.
And they sure know how to dance.